What is going on, Sports Outlet Show family? Welcome back to another episode here of the Sports Outlet Show. After a 2-week hiatus, we're back. We're better than ever, and we have a trifecta of sports to hint on today. Brent, Braden, how are we on this beautiful Wednesday evening?
Yeah, doing well, doing well. We're talking about a lot of sports today. Not my two favorite sports, being NHL and NFL. And, got some heartbreaking news earlier in the week that Dexter Lawrence is requesting a trade. The Caps are on a losing streak. They're not going to make the playoffs. It is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Hey, man,
Dude, I'm
it's
hyped.
okay.
We got the Masters starting tomorrow. I can't wait to take a nice nap during that. Watch some golf. I'm ready for it.
Braden, the monkey is officially off. Rory McIlroy's back. What's the point of watching this year? You might have to tell me.
There's always some great storylines during the Masters. There was 4 hole-in-ones today on the par 3 course, so maybe that'll become a story over the weekend. But there's always some good golf to watch at Augusta.
Man, I think that you guys next year we should go play in the Masters tournament.
I
think
want to
they would have
go.
us.
I feel like I signed up for the lottery the last 2 years. I haven't yet. I don't know if it already hit. I'm sure it's already hit at this point. But
yeah, I think you sign up in June and by like July. It's like quick.
Yeah, oh my gosh, that's like the top of the bucket list as being at Augusta. Would be a fever dream.
Well, who are we bringing as our fourth? I remember our pact years ago. If one of us got it, that we'd be bringing each other. So, who's gonna get it?
It
could be you.
I'm just talking about getting tickets to go watch. We're gonna be playing next year.
True. I've been.
I gotta get my score down about 30 strokes per round, but I think I could get there.
Easy.
It's something you put into ChatGPT. It'll get it rocking and rolling for you. But hey, we're not talking about the Masters first, all right? We got to dial it back, zone in, lock back in. No naps yet, Braden. We got to finish up March Madness. Obviously, last time we saw you all, there were 68 teams. Now there's one. The number 1 Michigan Wolverines defeated the number 2 UConn Huskies 69-63 on Monday night, and I still don't understand why the national championship is at 9 p.m. at night on a Monday, but that's neither here nor there. Dusty May, the former FAU Final Four coach, wins the NCAA tournament title in his second year. And what a story it's been for sports and coaches and just teams that really shouldn't be at the dance, cutting down the nets and winning national championships. This Michigan offense was led by Elliot Cadeau with 19, Yaxel Lindenberg with 13, and Morris Johnson Jr. having 12, as well as 10 rebounds. But guys on the UConn side of things, Alex Karabam was fantastic. Terrace Reed was fantastic. Just named 4 of the 5 guys on the all-tournament team, not named Ade Mara. But it was a good national championship. Obviously, we call it Mullins Madness from the shot he hit to send them into their Final Four match, beating Duke. But it's just been crazy. UConn loses their first national championship ever. They're 6-1 all time. And then their second game ever when they've had a Final Four appearance too. So UConn, Dan Hurley, maybe they got where their money's worth, but the Michigan Wolverines, they won a natty, and about 10 minutes later, they couldn't celebrate. Dusty May was looking at the transfer portal and got a big commit. So welcome to the world of college athletics. Guys, anything from this game on Monday night?
Yeah, Michigan, first national title since 1989. Just huge for that program, huge for the Big Ten. The Big Ten had a really, really phenomenal basketball year. But you mentioned it, Joe. Elliot Cadeau leading the way with his 19 points. They made 25 of 28 free throws. That was really crucial down the line. And they only hit 2 3-pointers all night. So just really, really solid play in the paint. And they were doing that all tournament. Just very, very hard to defend from that aspect. But got to give my flowers to Dan Hurley and UConn. Obviously, making the championship 3 out of the last 4 years is impressive. Seriously, flowers to him. Obviously, couldn't get it done this time, but the path to get there was electric, and this was an awesome March Madness.
Yeah, and this Michigan team just looked special all year. They've had good teams in the past couple years. You think about the Hunter Dickinson years, but just never able to get it done. They looked like they were capable of doing it all season, and they proved that they were getting it done against a really, really good UConn team. Kept it close, but yeah, Michigan able to get it done. Brent, like you said, first time in 37 years.
Hey, I know Michigan has a taste of what it's like in football, but they didn't cheat to get here for this national championship. So Dusty May cutting down the nets over there in Indianapolis. Congratulations to them. A Big Ten team winning it. I thought it was the SEC's year, guys. I hear it every year, but still waiting on it. Still waiting on it. But yeah, credit and flowers, like Brent said, to Dan Hurley and UConn. They're there every single year, and basketball is their sport. Obviously, losing in women's at the Final Four too. It's rough to be a Husky right now over there. And guys, go ahead.
Hey, I was just gonna say, just to put a lid on it, like we couldn't talk about it last week, but when are we gonna stop putting Duke as the number one favorite to win it every single year when they choke every single time? It's ridiculous.
It's refreshing. It's refreshing. I mean, to just be so good at one sport and just, I need a whiskey. This is exciting.
Since 2016, these are the guys they've had on their rosters: Jason Tatum, Zion Williamson, Cooper Flagg, Paulo Banchero, Cam Boozer, R.J. Barrett, Cam Reddish, Con Knipple, Jared McCain, Derek Lively, Marvin Bagley, and Wendell Carter Jr. 0 championships with those guys. And you can argue that Zion and Cooper Flagg were generational. So that's inexcusable in my opinion.
It's just unreal. It's unreal when you hear those guys to think that they just choke it away every year, but they do. It's inevitable.
You got to remember, it's not just they're choking it away on last second buzzer beaters, but they're losing to teams like Mercer as well. So
I think Shire's on the hot seat. Just has not had anywhere close to the success Coach K had. And I think if it's another year like this for Duke, I think he's gone. That's just my personal opinion.
Got to be the hardest position in sports there. And
really
coaching the Georgia Bulldogs is up there as well, and the Alabama Crimson Tide, but 100% for sure. Guys, the panic button was set by the Twitter fanatics last year, talking about March Madness and upset mania, and how last year easily was the worst March Madness on paper when it came to upset Cinderella stories, everything besides absolute chalk. Guys, it was all number one season 2024. 2025, a similar story with 2 1s, a 2 and a 3, obviously a 1-2 matchup in the championship. But it's the second straight year with no mid-majors in the Sweet 16, and this is the third instance that has happened. 2024, 2025, and 1995 when Josh Wagner, the OG Wagner brother, was born. Is NIL ruining March Madness in college basketball?
I don't know. I'm between a rock and a hard place because I like to see these upsets early on. I like to see them in the round of 64. I like to see them in the round of 32. Once you get to the Sweet 16, I kind of like these chalky matchups. Like, obviously, this was a Final Four matchup, but Michigan versus Arizona, like that was an awesome game. Michigan started to run away with it there at the end, but I like to see these elite teams face off against each other once it gets down to the nitty gritty. You still have like good stories. You still have Texas. You still have Miami, Ohio rattled off a win. St. Louis is another one that comes to mind, But to answer your question, I don't know. It's definitely starting to heat up in the college football world as well. There was a recent executive order. I'm usually against politics having anything to do with sports, but there was a recent executive order, only 1 transfer per player, and they can only play 5 years at that school.
I think that's TJ Finley's of the world.
I think that's a step in the right direction. I think that will help a lot when it comes to NIL, but to answer your question, I really just don't know. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of on the fence as well. I think the changes that are coming in will be good. I think the NIL is still very new, and they kind of went into it with very little regulations and very lack of a plan is what they opened up the NIL to. But once those changes go into place, I think it could be fine. I think it could be sorted. But I just want to say, in terms of this year's basketball tournament, yes, having Texas as your Cinderella team, it's not
Power
exactly
four.
the greatest. Everybody knows the name Texas.
The other one was Tennessee.
Yep. It's always fun watching teams like Oral Roberts and St. Peter's and Loyola Chicago making deep runs.
Yeah.
But I do think that the tournament this year was a much higher quality of the one that was last year. I think the games were worse last year, and I think there were some classics this year. UConn versus Duke. The final between Michigan and UConn was very good, and there was a lot of very good basketball games, a lot of tight basketball games that were fun to watch. So I don't think it ruined this tournament. Not seeing any mid-majors, but if this continues to be a trend, it will be an issue.
As long as I get Iowa versus Nebraska every year, I'm good. I'm good. That's all I need. That's all I need.
That was awesome.
It was pretty lit. It was pretty cool. But yeah, I'm in agreement with you guys. You got to see the St. Peter's Peacocks every now and again. It's a beautiful thing. It's how coaches like Dusty May of the FAU Final Four run in 2019. Correct me if I'm wrong. Just off the noggin, but how Dusty May gets a job like Michigan and second year turns it around and they're a winning culture, right? So it's really cool to see how these mid-major coaches are developing their staff. March Madness is the runway for flying private, to say it legitimately, if you want to use some airport terminology. But was just curious on your guys' opinions. But Braden, you can play the music in your head. It might make you fall asleep a little bit. You're getting a little snoozy. Need a nap? Need a nap for the Masters?
Oh yeah. I'm ready. It's the best nap you're able to take in your life, and then you get to wake up and watch Rory McIlroy win his first Masters, and that was just absolutely amazing last year.
Well, he choked on the 18th, but he got it in the playoff, Bray. That's all that matters. He got it at the end of the day. Something Braden's been waiting for since we were 5 years old. It feels like, but. Masters tournament starts tomorrow. Saturday and Sunday are the main 2 days. Championship Sunday, as they like to call it. But the Masters is an elite event. It's the best golf tournament there is. Don't put it up against any of the four of them. It's taking a W. But guys, real quick, just looking at the field, a couple things. Scotty Scheffler comes back in as the number one projected odds maker to win at plus 600. This is 5 years in a row that he's considered the number one golfer in the world. Guys, there's only one other guy to do that, but I'm afraid to mention his name as we may get put in prison. It's Tiger Woods, who was not at the Masters dinner on Tuesday for obvious reasons as well. But something about being the number one golfer in the world, guys. It's not the greatest rep all the time. There you go, Brady. Go be number two.
I would say Scotty's arrest a couple years ago, if that's what you want to call it, is a little bit better than Tiger's this past week or so. But prayers for Tiger. Obviously, he's got a lot going on, a lot that he needs to sort out right now. Just prayers that he can get better and we can see him in some more of these majors in the future.
It's the first Masters in who knows how long without Phil and Tiger both. So it's kind of crazy. New era of golf.
We'll be seeing Charlie before you know it. You'll see Woods again back in the lineup before you know it. But just some quick predictions here from us at the Sports Outlet Show, guys. I think maybe odds at number 3 or 4 right now. But I think he took it personally last year against Rory McIlroy. I like Bryson DeChambeau to go win it on Sunday. He drives it better than anybody out there on the green. If we can keep the chips and the putts, exactly where a chip and a putt, as you like to say it, thinking you can do it every day you're out there in Apple Land. But that's my big pick. And then my dark horse, I know he's old. I know he's very unlikely to do it at plus 15,000. Give me Dustin Johnson. I'd love to see a little USA out there on the course and make some memories. I'm not picking Bubba Watson.
Yeah, I like DeChambeau as well. He's a guy I always tend to root for. Would love to see him win another major. I think he only has 2 majors, and I think they're both U.S. Open. So it would be awesome to see him get the green jacket. I know he was in the mix a good amount last year, but kind of fell apart there at the end. So rooting for him for sure.
Brent, who you got?
Like I said, I like DeChambeau. I like Braden's guy. I'm not going to say him. I'm going to let Braden say him, but I won't steal his thunder there. I like him a lot. But I think we're due for more of a random Masters this year. Given that the last 4 years have been chalky with Scheffler twice, Rahm, obviously Rory winning in that playoff last year. I'm going with a guy that has already won the green jacket, and it's not a guy I necessarily like or follow too much. He's not near the top of the betting odds right now, but it's Patrick Reed. Him and Brooks Koepka both made headlines by leaving LIV earlier this year, and Reed has been killing it on the European Tour with 2 wins and 2 other top 10 finishes as well. At plus 3,900, I really like it a lot. I'm gonna have some sprinkles on Patrick Reed.
A little sprinkle, okay.
A little sprinkle. The other guy I like a lot, definitely more of a long shot. I'd be surprised if this happens, but I'm gonna bet on it a little bit, maybe $1 or 2. I like Max Homa. I don't really have too many stats to back this one up. He's actually had some down years, both in 2025 and the start of this year, but it's a guy I like a lot and a guy that always seems to be somewhat in the mix when the Masters rolls around. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on Max as well at plus 14,500.
Brent, I'm just letting you know, talking about Patrick Reed, putting a little sprinkle on it. If you put $15,000 on him, it's $585,000.
Easy.
Good to know.
You've got this.
I'm going to put it in right now.
A little sprinkle, $15K, no worries.
Just some
you got nothing else big planned to spend money on. It's okay. Just throw the mortgage on it. Throw the mortgage on it.
Hey, it would pay for a lot. It would pay for a lot. We got to think about it that way.
There you go. This is great advice. Braden, hit me.
I got Ludvig Åberg to win it. The Swede, he burst on the scene 2 years ago, and he's been in the mix for majors in the past 2 years several times, but he has yet to win one. He's been in the mix on Sunday in the Masters the past 2 years, and I think he gets it done this year. He's just been in great form lately. He's finishing high in tournaments, and he's been starting and ending strong. He's having a little bit of issues in the middle of the day, but I think that's huge. Ending strong is where you need to be, and starting strong is obviously great to get under par early. My dark horse, he's a little bit closer than your guys's, but he's still outside the top 20. It's the lefty Akshay Bhatia. He's also been in great form and has been in the mix in major tournaments, and I think he's still yet to win one as well in his young career. So give me one of those guys, sort of new but very hot in golf at this point.
Talk about a guy that chokes a lot is Åberg.
That's fair.
After Rory's miraculous Masters win last year, let's see it. Let's see it happen. Let's get Åberg one. He's been undeniably awesome outside of the majors, so I'm rooting for him.
I love it. Guys, we'll see here on Sunday who is right. Brent, 15,000 on it. You got this. It'll fund the Sports Outlet Show for a decade, and that's what we need. And they talk about the Masters and what's so famous about it. It's the fact you get no cell phones, so everybody is out of touch and out of contact. You have the little mobile phones. I learned that if you call somebody off of it, it pops up Augusta National on the caller ID. I would call my own phone just to take a picture of it later. That's for sure. And I've been down the pipeline of Twitter reading recently of I got on Masters Twitter somehow. It happened. Just reading through and this guy has a giant article. It's if you have one day at the Masters, you have to do this and you have to do this. And it's I'd be so stressed out if I had one day in Augusta National. And it was whatever you think you're going to buy at the Masters gift shop, multiply that by 50%. I'd be a polo and a quarter zip and I'm out the door. I'm good to go. Maybe a hat. See, there's the 50%. See what I just did?
Need a hat.
That's true. Quarter zip would definitely be a for sure. And then I'd have about $10.50 pimento cheese sandwiches.
Gotta rock with the pimento cheese. I love it.
Maybe we'll build our Masters lineup next week. Maybe we'll do something like that. But we've had the madness, we've had the Masters. Now we got to head over to the MLB. I know the MLB is a little bit in full swing. Opening weekend being last week. Thank goodness that Paul Skeens' ERA has dropped 55 ERA. We're not talking about the NL this week. He's got another week to get it better. We're talking about the AL, and what better way than by representing the AL East, the runner-up, the Toronto Blue Jays, who were inches away in Game 7 from taking down the billionaire Los Angeles Dodgers. The Blue Jays are managed by John Schneider, who is entering his 4th full season with Toronto. Top players to watch, guys. Is it hard to say? It's Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who batted .292 last year. It's Jorge Springer, who batted .309 last year. Both those guys combined for 55 home runs. Guys, both of them had 84 RBIs. I think that's just special and deserves a shout-out. When we're going through these for viewers out there, we're looking at top players to watch, new team additions, the full pitching rotation, and their over-under win total. And we'll give you our prediction right here on the Sports Outlet Show. And these predictions were made before a game was actually played. So no bias in this, even if I see the Boston Red Sox are coming later. They suck right now.
Yeah,
but, sorry, Kyle. But new team additions, obviously the huge one here for the Blue Jays is right-handed pitcher Dylan Cease. He's going to make his way into the starting lineup. The third baseman that was the Pirates were really looking at from the Nippon Professional Baseball for the Yomiuri Giants, not New York, is Kazuma Okamoto. He's gotten off to a great start as well. And then offensive outfielder, Jesus Sanchez, the Marlin Astro, who's finally finding a home here in Toronto. This pitching rotation is kind of nasty if Max Scherzer is going to be your 5-hole. I know he's old and had a 5.2 ERA last season, but Kevin Gausman, Dylan Cease, Eric Lauer, Cody Ponce, and Max Scherzer to round out your starting 5. Their bullpen is dangerous as well. Their over-under set at a very high second in this division, 88.5. Boys, for the Toronto Blue Jays, I got them going 92-70, following up second here in this division.
I love it. I love me some Max Scherzer too, the World Series champion Max Scherzer. Bad Max.
There you go. But Brent, my question to this is, if they're number 2, who's going to be number 1?
Oh boy. Here we go again. The New York Yankees. They head into 2026 looking like a 90-win team with 100, maybe a 100-win ceiling. They have the star power to get there. But the same October question marks. The biggest storyline is the return of Garrett Cole, working back from Tommy John surgery. He's expected around end of May or early June and could instantly elevate a rotation that already includes Max Fried. If Cole gets anywhere close to ace form, this rotation goes from good to elite and becomes playoff ready. Offensively, it's the Aaron Judge show again. Fresh off another MVP caliber season, he's the favorite to win another and possibly join the all-time elites with a 4th MVP. Around him, the Yankees have serious power depth with bats like Jazz Chisholm Jr., Cody Bellinger, and others, giving them a real chance to once again lead the league in home runs. Names like Ben Rice, who is touting above a .379 batting average and 11 RBIs through 10 games, add to that pop and lineup flexibility. The key swing factor, the left side of the infield production at shortstop and third base was a weakness last year, and they need that group to step up to match their elite top-end talent. My bottom line for the Yankees is this. This team will mash, pitch, and still give you a few what-are-they-doing moments along the way. The win total is set at 90.5, and I'm taking the over. Give me 95 and 67. But once again, I don't trust them in October until they can prove it to me. This roster is built to dominate the regular season, not necessarily finish the job until, like I said, proven otherwise.
Would your opinion of this change if you knew on opening day that Aaron Judge went 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts?
No. unfortunately.
Okay.
Sorry.
I
for the
like
Yankee fans
that
out
you're
there.
sticking by it. I like that you're sticking. You could have said 94 and 68, but it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Braden, take me over to Fenway.
Yeah, the Red Sox, very highly touted this season. It's not going great to start out. They're 4-8, despite their rough start. They did win 5-0 today versus the Brewers. Players to watch for them. These stats are going to come from. I'm looking at guys who got a hot start, so these stats are prior to today. Wilson Contreras is batting .250 with 9 hits, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, and 10 base on balls, which is leading the team. And then Wilyer Abreu is starting off super strong, batting .372 with 16 hits, 3 home runs, and 8 RBIs. And then Roman Anthony, he's batting .233, 10 hits, but he's having some outfield struggles. There's some plays that have been going around the timeline of him missing throws pretty badly. So if he can keep the bat hot, maybe that's okay, but really gotta work on those throws. New additions for them, they added Caleb Durbin, and he's having a rough start as well. He's batting .121 with only 4 hits. Their pitching rotation, their starters are Garrett Crotchet, Sonny Gray, Ranger Suarez, Brian Bello, and Connolly Early, And the notable relievers are Garrett Whitlock, Giovanni Moran, and their closer is the legend Aroldis Chapman. So this team does have the pieces to be a great team, and they've done it before. They just started slow. There's 162 games. You got plenty of time to recover. Their over-under win total is 87.5. I'm taking the under at 85 and 77. So they'll need to make up some ground here early in the season.
Braden made a point about there being 162 games in a season. Obviously a big hockey fan, and like you find ways of like, oh yeah, we lost an OT, it's a point. We lost this one, we'll get them next time. Why is it in baseball that every game is life or death when it comes to being a fan? Of like, oh my goodness, we lost 5-0, we suck, we're losing, the playoffs are over, and it's game 11 or something like that. Baseball is the only sport like that, and I don't get it. Like even in the NFL, I'm like, oh, this sucks that the Panthers lost. We'll get them next week. But no, if we are up 2-1 and our closer gives up a home run and we lose 3-2, it's the end of America.
It's the end of the world.
Don't remind me. I watched the Nats lose 13-6 against the Dodgers last Friday, and it was awful. And then on top of that, my other favorite team, the Orioles, they got swept by the Pirates. Joe's Pirates.
Thank you. Hey, raise the cone. Raise the cone. We'll talk about it next week. And everything about the Pittsburgh Pirates. But yeah, Brent, I saw you were at Nats Park, and I saw that you saw every great Dodger hit a home run. So congrats.
If you're a Shohei Ohtani fan, it was a great day. It was. I will add, it was cool to see Shohei. Like that was awesome. We were right behind the away dugout. So it was really cool to see that, but not necessarily the score.
We have fun here. We have fun on this podcast. The Tampa Bay Rays back in Tropicana Field this spring, looking to bounce back. They obviously had on 4-6 was the first time since Hurricane Milton in 2024. It's going to be an emotional year for the Rays just being back at the home ballpark. Top guys to watch here is Yandy Diaz and Jonathan Aranda, both batted over 300 last season. Yandy with 175 hits and 83 ribbies, as well as Jonathan Aranda having 14 home runs to his name. 3 guys I really like that they added from the Cincinnati Reds, right-handed pitcher Nick Martinez, probably their biggest addition of the offseason, second baseman or outfielder from the Dodgers, Gavin Lux, and then Houston Astros outfielder Jacob Melton as well. 3 of those combos I really like that the Rays made those plays. They did lose a couple great players as well, but to round out their starting 5 rotation, Drew Rasmussen is their ace. Joe Boyle, Steven Matz, Nick Martinez, and Shane McClanahan, who we have not seen since 2023, who is back in the rotation this fall. When it comes to the Tampa Bay Rays, their over-under win total is set at 76.5. I love playing with emotion. I love that it's coming back for them. Every single one of them will be happy to be in Tropicana Field. But unfortunately, by the time it hits September, the only thing Tropicana is going to be them in Atlantic City betting their salaries. I got them at 72 and 90 I don't think it's going to be a great year for this Rays team. I think they finished last in this division too. Just not consistent. Maybe they'll end up at Golden Nugget. Who knows?
That's the hope, The Golden Nugget is the best.
But in all seriousness, it was awesome to see that Tropicana Field is back. Personally, it's not – I've never been there, but I hear it's personally not a lot of people's favorite ballparks. But for Tampa Bay to have the indoor facility, for it to be back from 2024, it's just a feel-good story for being a sports fan. So hopefully they get a couple wins for the fans down there in Tampa. Well, Brent, you talked a little bit about them getting swept. So by all means, please.
Yeah, the Baltimore Orioles, they head into 2026. Honestly, hitting-wise, with one of the most dangerous lineups in baseball, and one big question mark holding them back. As I mentioned, this offense is loaded. Gunnar Henderson is a true star. Adley Rutschman is primed for a big bounce-back season. And you add in power from Ryan Mountcastle and Tyler O'Neill, plus upside from Colton Cowser. And I haven't even mentioned Jackson Holliday yet. Still just 22, working back from a broken hamate bone, but expected to be in the lineup in the next week or two, and obviously add another elite bat to the mix. And now you add Pete Alonso to that lineup as well. That's just, the polar bear. Former Met. My dad's a little disappointed that he left. But that offense is just unfair, in my opinion. This group has serious power, depth, and the ability to lead the league in runs in any given year. But here is the big storyline, and the thing that is holding them back, it's the pitching rotation. The Orioles have already felt the loss of Corbin Burns, and instead of landing a top-tier ace, they made more measured additions, bringing in Shane Baz, signing veteran Chris Bassett, and re-signing Zach Eflin. They're also banking on a full season from Kyle Bradish alongside Trevor Rogers, a group with upside, but also plenty of risk there as well. So the key question this year is the rotation good enough to match the offense? The early indication is no, as they've allowed 5 or more runs in half of their games early on. But I know this team can hit. I think they're going to be an above-average team, especially when Jackson Holliday returns. The win total is set at 85.5. I'm taking just over that. Give me 86 wins. This team can match with anyone, but whether they can pitch well enough in October is the real question.
They've got one of the best hitting lineups I've seen in baseball.
They do. A lot of young star power, too. So maybe a bright future, but as we've seen with these lower market teams, and not that the Orioles are like a horrendously low market, but those teams don't tend to retain players. So we'll see how it goes in the future.
Hey, man, we'll see. That wraps up our AL East preview. We still have our Central and our West to go, but I feel the wind shifting, guys. I don't think we can get to the Central yet because, we're going from East to Central to West. Well, when you need the rest stop, you need to stop on your road trip, and you're like, I just got to play a game. I'm losing my mind. Braden, what game would you play if you were on this long road trip?
I don't know. There's some good car games. A lot of them have to do with ranking things.
Okay.
So that sounds good. I would do
Brent. Brent, any feedback?
No.
Well, Braden, you're in luck because do I have the game for you? This one's sponsored by Rhino Sports at Virginia Tech. I did not make this list. I played this list earlier today. So, gentlemen, welcome to Blind Top 10 House Pets.
Ooh, I like it. I think there's a clear one here, but I like it.
I will hold my tongue till the end. I'm getting this pulled up. If anybody's in the comments, they get to choose who goes first between Brent and Braden today. First person to comment, Brent, you can't do it. Braden, you can't do it.
Dang it.
If they don't comment in the next 45 seconds, if they don't come in the next 45 seconds. Brent or Braden, somebody put their name in chat. They're going first. It'll decide the whole fates of this game. Braden, you're going first.
Boop, boop.
I don't recognize that last name.
That's true. That's true. I don't either.
I've never heard of that person.
It's my beautiful wife. Welcome, Kelby. Hey, round of applause for my wife, guys. Come on. Thank you. Braden, you're going first. You've been chosen in blind top 10 house pets, sponsored by Rhino Sports and Virginia Tech. They didn't actually give us any money, but I thought it'd be cool. Anyways, number 1, Braden. Some of these are snappy. You got the turtle at number 1.
Turtle. Okay. I'm trying to run through the list in my head, outside the top 5, maybe. Turtle could be a good one. I've never owned a turtle. I don't think I've ever met anyone that has owned a turtle. I bet they're probably pretty low maintenance. Just got to clean out their tank every once in a while. But yeah, I think they'd be pretty good. We're gonna start out at 5.
Okay. Braden, turtles are pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I agree.
At number 2, you have a ferret.
Ferret. I was racking my brain. I was trying to think of 10 pets. I couldn't think of 10 pets, and ferret was not one of the ones I was thinking of.
It's house pets. House pets. Read. It's house pets.
House pets. I've never owned a ferret. I think when I was a kid, I think I went to someone's house that did own a ferret, and they were just running around the cage the whole time. Man, I don't know with this one. I'm gonna go 7. I just don't know.
All right.
I have known someone that owned a ferret back when I was a kid. I just remember it was very dirty. So
I feel like you don't hear that as a pet I feel like I heard that as a kid a lot. Hey, I have a ferret.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hear that anymore.
It's not a thing anymore, I don't think.
I'd be interested of who owns a ferret.
Mm-hmm.
If you own a ferret, drop it in the chat. If this won't tell you anything, here you go. At number 3 is a pet rat.
Rats.
What?
Okay. I can understand a mouse. Mice can be cute. But rats, no go. We're putting rats at 10. Rats are gross.
What are we, Ron Weasley here? Come on.
Right, exactly.
It could be Ratatouille.
Next you're going to say owl.
No, I'm not saying it next. Next is, something that could eat a rat. It's a snake.
Yeah. Nope, not for me. Not for me, boys. I know a lot of the snake people out there, they like their snakes. They like to wrap them around their wrist and hand, and some people wrap them around their neck and stuff. No, you can count me out. You can count me out on that. If 10 was still open, I'd put it at 10, but I'm putting it at 9. No one should own a snake.
At number 5, Braden. I want you to say some words real quick. Just say some words.
Okay. I think we're doing good so far. I think we're doing great.
Okay, I think we're doing good so far.
Okay.
You got a parrot.
I don't know. I feel like birds, they're an interesting one. Because if you let it out of the cage, it's going to fly around the house. And I don't know, that can be weird. Parrots are cool, though, because of the whole mockery thing, the mimicry. Let's go with 6.
Okay, going with 6.
Bottom tier pets so far, I'll be honest. I think we're doing all right.
I think so, too.
At number 6, you have the sugar glider.
You know what? I remember this one as a kid as well. And I feel like I either knew someone that had one or I went to a pet store and saw one, and I just thought it was the coolest thing ever that, this thing could, they weren't flying, but they were gliding. Interesting pet. I don't know the maintenance that comes with it. I haven't heard of a sugar glider in at least 14 years, I'll be honest with you guys. Man, I'm trying to think of really bad pets. I'm gonna put it at 4 because I feel like there's probably gonna be a worse one that comes up.
I think there's one worse one that I can think of for sure, but there's a couple top tier ones that I'm worried might get shoved down.
At number 7, you have the betta fish.
Just a fish. Okay.
It's a betta fish. You got to look it up. It's not just a fish.
We know what those look like. I would hope Braden knows what that looks like.
Oh, it is betta fish. Okay. They're pretty cool looking. Don't they eat each other though? If you were to get multiple.
I don't know. Their lifespan's 2 to 5 years, and their scientific name is betta splendids.
I see that. They're cool looking. Let's see. What could be? I feel like a fish is a classic pet. You have your top 3. When you think of your top 3, fish is up there. So I'm gonna put it at 3.
I agree, Braden. And I obviously they don't do much, but they're low maintenance. They're cool to look at when you have people over. Like, hey, here's my fish. This one's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I miss Baker. Where's my coin? Where's my coin?
We had a few fish at Braden's house.
He was alive forever.
He was alive for a long time.
I think fish in the top 3 is good.
At number 8, you have, some people commonly name this person Sonic. You have a hedgehog.
Hedgehog. Definitely have not known anyone that has owned a hedgehog. Those aren't prickly. I'm thinking of porcupines that are prickly, right? The hedgehog is.
Porcupines have the super long spikes. The hedgehogs are much smaller.
They're pretty cute from what I remember. I don't know the maintenance that comes with it. I don't know what's coming up on. Obviously at this point we're not getting dog. We're not getting cat. I don't think. I'm thinking these are lower tier animals like guinea pig and hamster and stuff like that. I can't put it at 1 or 2. I'm just gonna put it at 8 and gamble.
I think that's fine.
Oh boy. Sometimes you lose at gambling. At number 9, Braden, put it at 1 or 2, you have the spider.
Oh, we messed that up.
That's what I was thinking earlier when I was talking about the
I didn't even think of that.
The sugar glider, or when you were talking about the sugar glider, I was thinking of tarantula to slot in at 8, but dogs and cats are both house pets, by the way. So I guess this has to go at 2.
I'm not commenting until this is over.
This has to go at 2.
Man.
Hopefully we get like a hamster or a guinea pig or a chinchilla at 1.
Snake should have gave it away. Spider was going to be on this list. I messed it up. It's my fault. I'll take the blame for this one, Braden.
At number 1, and fellas, this was also at my number 1, waiting for frickin' dog forever. You got the bearded dragon, which is a pretty good number 1.
Okay,
cool.
yeah.
Pretty cool.
I put it in my top 5.
I'm sitting here waiting for dog and cat for a year. And I play the top 10 for the first time, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, all right, I got 2 left. And then I hear spider?
Yeah.
See, it's not that easy.
Doing?
It's not that easy.
I knew, once we got through the first 8, it might have been 7. I knew that dog and cat weren't on this list. I thought maybe hamster, guinea pig would show up. I totally forgot about spider. That's my bad. Yeah, this one is not our best. I'll be honest. It was going really good too.
I think we were set up. There's no way.
Yeah, if you flip spider and hedgehog, I think the turtle was in my top 3 instantly because turtle's the best. Love turtles. I had bearded dragon at 1. I was cool with that. I was like, all right, this is fine. I think I had hedgehog at 2. That was my 1, 2, 3 because hedgehogs are cool. But yeah, spider I couldn't put at 10 because it didn't have 10 open. I don't remember where it went, but
oh well.
I was also holding out for frogs. I always had pet frogs growing up, or rabbits, but those may be too unique too. But
hermit crab, maybe rabbit, yeah.
Hermit crab
could have been on here. But
we were set up. What is this?
I was set up. I understand your guys' feelings in this game. I felt personally attacked. I was holding out to put Gino at 1. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. It's all good fun. Thank you. Let's get a round of applause for the Rhino Sports Crew for making us this list. We'll be awaiting official sponsorship. We'll sign the dotted line. Combo hats, maybe could be cool. That'd
be sick.
That would be pretty sick. Let me get us back in here. Thank you all for coming out for the Blind Top 10. We'll be back next week. Same place, same time here. That doesn't mean the podcast is over. Just means we're transitioning back to sports. So all of you that only come here for the Blind Top 10, appreciate you having. Viewership went down 100%. We're doing great. We're doing great. But thank you all for hanging out with us. We're gonna head back to the AL Central, kicking it off here with Braden. Tell me about the Cleveland Guardians.
Yeah, they led the AL Central last year, and they're starting off pretty hot so far this year. They're 8-5. They won 10-2 versus the Royals earlier today. Their players to watch: Chase DeLauder is batting .286 right now with 10 hits and 5 home runs. Stephen Kwan has 4 RBIs on 11 hits. Brian Rocchio has 7 hits on 5 RBIs. And something of note as well is Jose Ramirez is off to a really slow start. He's batting .133 with 5 RBIs and 1 home run. So I'm sure the caliber of player that he is, he'll pick that up as the season goes on. They added Rhys Hoskins, former Philly. Their pitchers, their starters are Tanner Beebe, Gavin Williams, Slade Ciccone, and Joey Cantillo, and Parker Misick. Some notable relievers they have are Sean Armstrong and Eric Sabrowski, and their closer is Cade Smith. The betting markets do not like the Guardians as much this year. They're projected to go 79.5 wins. I have them going over at 84 and 78, and they're starting strong. If they can keep it up, they might hit that mark.
The Cleveland Guardians are a team that I feel like changes year after year for me, and they're always like, how are they always at the top of this division almost? And like, I feel like I don't get them. But as long as they have Jose Ramirez, Braden, they can they win a natty?
Perhaps not if he's playing like he is currently.
They're almost as good as the Browns.
That's true.
What?
I'm just making sure our viewers are still awake.
That's like saying they're almost as good as the Cavaliers.
I think Myles Garrett would be a good catcher.
I'd put him on the Guardians.
I'd put him on the Blue Jackets.
What?
Dude, just have him out there to be like a Ryan Graves and just boom. Just like that. Anyways, back over to the Detroit Tigers here. Wanted to talk about people having a bad day. Tariq Skubal was example A, giving up 6 earned runs in the loss last night. 2.21 ERA, winning the Cy Young for the American League last year. Obviously, he is the biggest player coming back for the Tigers, 241 strikeouts and a 0.89 whip on the year. Riley Green, not the singer, the baseball player, batting .258, 36 home runs and 111 ribbies to his name last season. But guys, this team got stacked, and they did it all in the bullpen. They got Framber Valdez from the Houston Astros. They got Justin Verlander from the San Francisco Giants. And they got Kenley Jansen, one of the best closers in the league, from the Los Angeles Angels. When I read you this starting 5 rotation, try not to say ew. Tariq Skubal, Framber Valdez, Jack Flaherty is your 3rd, Justin Verlander, and Casey Mize.
Ew. Who said it?
Who said that? I think that was
Braden.
You were.
I tried.
Okay. You're good. Ew. This Detroit Tigers team is loaded in the pitching rotation. They're loaded in the bullpen. They have some hot bats. They've got a monkey on their back, too. Over-under was set at 85.5 last year. I think that they smoke this division. They win the AL Central. I got them going 91 and 71. Wouldn't be shocked, unless it's the Yankees, if they take number 1 in the AL. They're going to be good this fall.
Yeah, they had a good year last year as well. Definitely up there as one of the best teams in baseball for sure.
Brent, would you say this next team is also the best team in baseball?
I would not. Hey, the Kansas City Royals, they enter 2026 with a clear identity, elite star power, but still searching for enough offense. It all starts with Bobby Witt Jr., true superstar, MVP level talent with 40-40 upside and gold glove defense. He anchors a strong infield alongside Mikel Garcia and Vinny Pasquantino. Obviously know him from the World Baseball Classic. The big issue remains run production. Kansas City was near the bottom of the league in scoring, and the outfield was a major weakness. Additions like Lane Thomas, Isaac Collins, and Starling Marte help, but the real swing factor is Jack Caglione. His power is real, and if he develops into an impact bat, it changes everything for this lineup. Pitching is solid, but not dominant. They'll need steady production from the rotation to keep games in reach. The win total, it's set at 82.5, and I have them just under that, around 80 wins. This team has a legit star in Bobby Witt, but until the lineup deepens, they're still a step away from true contention.
I mean, but I love how you flipped the record from last year, by the way, Brent. I think that's a good play here for the 1882. Is Bobby Witt Jr. going to be a Royal at the end of the year?
Probably a Yankee or a Dodger.
Better him than somebody else. Better him than somebody else.
No, they're just going to get all the star players. Gunnar Henderson will be there soon.
Okay, as long as it's not someone named.
We don't need a salary cap. It's fine.
I mean, if you look at the standings this year, number 1 and 2 are already the Dodgers and the Yankees, and we're 9 games in, but it's fine. We don't need a salary cap. You're right, Braden. Take me over to Minnesota.
Yeah, the Twins went 70-92 last year. They're currently 5-6, but they're up 2-0 on the Tigers in the bottom of the first right now.
That's some play-by-play. Nice.
Yeah. So maybe by the end of the night, they could be back up to 500. Some players to watch for them. Second baseman Luke Keyshaw is batting .222 with 10 hits, 4 RBIs, and 3 home runs. He does have 23 strikeouts already, though. He's batting well, just taking a lot of strikeouts. The right fielder Matt Wallner has 10 hits, 6 RBIs, and 4 base on balls. He's batting .233. Another one of their hot bats is an addition, Josh Bell, former National and Pirate. So he's batting .265 with 9 hits, 8 RBIs, 4 home runs, and 7 base on balls. So he's carrying them in the bats. Another addition for them was left-handed reliever Anthony Banda, who's come in and instantly become one of the best guys in their bullpen. In terms of the rotation, their starters are Joe Ryan, Bailey Ober, Taj Bradley, who's been cooking in his 2 starts so far, maybe 3 starts, Simeon Woods, Richardson, and Mac Abel. Their closer is Cole Sands. They are not projected to be one of the best teams in baseball, but they're projected to go up. Their win total this year is projected at 72.5. I'm going under with 69-93 for them.
I just looked up Josh Bell's age, and I can't believe he's only 33. Dude feels like he's 50.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was on the Pirates 25 years ago.
He's played on every single team in the league. I mean, Pittsburgh Pirates, Padres, Guardians, Marlins, Diamondbacks, Rangers, Nationals, Twins. What other teams is he going to add to his resume?
He's still doing it, though. Still doing it.
Josh Bell's a great immaculate grid pick.
That's true.
There you go. Maybe we need an executive order on Josh Bell for going to too many teams. It's like the transfer portal now. It's okay. I remember when he was supposed to save the Pirates and he didn't. So let's talk about a team that needs saving. The Chicago White Sox. They weren't the laughing stock of the league last year because the Colorado Rockies were 10 times worse. We'll talk about them next week. Don't worry. You have the White Sox here at 60-102 in 2025, and people think it can't get much worse. They retained Miguel Vargas and Austin Hayes in their batting lineup. When I'm saying top players to watch, and one of those guys batted .234, things in Chicago are a little rough. They combined for 31 home runs and 219 hits and 124 RBIs. A couple additions for them: Luis Angel Acuna from the second base from the New York Mets, right-handed pitcher Eric Fetty from who played for the Cardinals, Braves, and Brewers last year, all three of them, finds his home in Chicago. And then Munetaka Murakami, the Nippon Professional Baseball for the Tokyo Yakult Swallows, is where he played last year. So, learning a lot about the Nippon Professional Baseball League as teams are coming over from Japan more and more. Their pitching rotation, and I'm going to read their ERA. Shane Smith, 3.81 is their ace. Sean Burke, 4.29. Anthony Kay, 6.14, who hasn't pitched since 2023. Davis Martin, 4.10. And you bet it, to round us out, one of those key additions, Eric Fetty at 5.49. A team low 67.5 over under. Your Chicago White Sox are hitting the century mark again, 62 and 100.
Back to back. Yikes.
With all the teams you have in Chicago, I think as a ticket salesperson, with all the teams you have in Chicago, what's our game plan?
Become a Cubs fan.
We need Paul Skeens, and we need him now. But not our Paul Skeens, like the next Paul Skeens.
I was gonna
not
say.
Ours. You can't. No, he wouldn't go to a terrible, terrible place.
Hey, what's his ERA?
5.25. That's off the dome.
It's coming down. It's off the dome. Look at his career ERA. It's barely over 2. I know. I'm just
barely over 2. Let's head out west to Seattle and the Mariners. Brent, you got them in 1972 last year.
Yeah. Seattle Mariners, they head into 2026 as one of the most complete teams in baseball. Honestly, before the season started, I really thought a real threat to the LA Dodgers, but hasn't gotten off to a good start here. It all starts with their stars, Julio Rodriguez and Cal Raleigh. J-Rod is a weapon on both offense and defense, while Raleigh gives them huge power from the catcher spot. Obviously had a ton of home runs last year. However, the two have struggled to open the season. Julio Rodriguez currently has a 152 batting average, and Raleigh has a 156 batting average. They only have one home run combined and a combined 34 strikeouts through 11 games. So
big dumper.
Not doing well for the big dumper and J-Rod. Those boys need to clean it up a bit. The supporting cast also thought to be solid. Josh Naylor adds power at first, but he has a batting average of 104. Brendan Donovan seems to be the only one that has been consistent, as he has a 343 average with 3 homers and 5 RBIs. He's literally providing them all of their offense right now. This group needs to get hot again like they showed at the end of last year, but something is not clicking to start the season. Pitching still remains a strength, and the bullpen gets a boost with Jose A. Ferrer. Seattle's identity is still pitching and defense, but the offense needs to match it, and they are not doing it right now. The win total is 89.5, and despite the 4-9 record to start, I'm taking the over still. I still believe in this team. Their roster is loaded. Give me 90 wins. I still think this is the biggest threat to the Dodgers when the offense finds its rhythm.
Deja vu, 90 and 72.
Yes, sir.
I like it. Braden, we spoke about teams cheating for national championships last year, or when we were talking about March Madness and the football team doing it. I feel it's only appropriate I bring that up before you talk about this next team for no reason in particular.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that when I was making my notes here. When do they officially live that down? The answer is obviously never, and it was still in recent history, so we're still going to talk about it all the time. But when does that kind of die down just a little bit? Not now.
2100.
Nice.
Give or
That's
take
fair.
a decade.
Maybe a little bit of a rocky start to them, and you'll see why I said that in just a second. They're 6-7. Rocky because they lost to the Rockies 9-1 today. Really, that means the season is over in Game 13, right? Like they're done. They're done.
It's part of the overreaction. Yes, I like it.
One of the known cheaters, Jose Altuve, is still there. But he's hitting the ball well. He's batting .341, 14 hits, 8 RBIs, and 2 homers so far. This team is full of just electric bats. Their DH, Jordan Alvarez, is batting 324, 12 hits, 12 base on balls, 10 RBIs, 4 homers. Christian Walker, 326, 15 hits, 13 base on balls, 13 RBIs, 3 home runs. And I didn't even mention Carlos Carrera, Jeremy Pena, or Cam Smith. These guys hit the ball. One of their new additions is left fielder Joey Loperfido. He primarily bats against right-handers. He's kind of a rotational piece for them, but he's been batting pretty well when he has been playing. For pitching, they have a lot of injuries going on right now. Hunter Brown, Bennett Salza, Nate Pearson, and Josh Hader are all on the 15-day IL. So Brian Abreu was added to close in place of Hader. So obviously, with a ton of guys batting over 300, these guys can hit the ball. The issue is the concerns with the injuries in the bullpen. So if they can get that squared away, this team has a chance to be a great team. Their over-under is currently set at 85.5, or preseason was set at 85.5. My prediction is 92-70. I think the bats are super, super hot right now. And if they can, like I said, just address the injury concerns in the bullpen, they'll be fine.
Yeah, you named a starting 9, and I heard a bunch of all-stars. So, Braden, I can't argue with you on that one. What I can do is take you down to Texas. Oh, we were already in Texas. I'll take it. Technically, in Houston, we're going up. We're going up to Arlington here for the Texas Rangers. But 2 guys to watch. Obviously, huge addition too, and Brandon Nimmo for the Texas Rangers, getting him from the New York Mets, who was batting .262 with 92 RBIs and 154 hits. And then Corey Seager, who's just exploded over the past couple of years, 103 hits, 21 home runs, and 50 RBIs. Brent, you'll be happy to know left-handed pitcher Mackenzie Gore from the Washington Nationals, key guy here for the Texas Rangers. A lot of strikeouts, but a high ERA as well as Mackenzie Gore. They also got catcher Danny Jansen from the Rays and Brewers, and then right-handed pitcher Jakob Younis from the Cleveland Guardians. This pitching rotation kind of nasty as well. We talked about Max Scherzer being at the 5. How about Jacob deGrom being at your number 5? We have Nathan Eovaldi, Jacob Latz, Mackenzie Gore, Jack Leiter, and Jacob deGrom to round out your 5. Nathan Eovaldi was outstanding last year with a 1.73 ERA and Latz with a 2.84 as well. They're over under a little low for me at 83.5. And when I was looking through and studying through these over-unders, putting them on paper for us this past couple weeks, this one seemed appalling to me at the beginning of the year as probably the easiest one to hit for the Texas Rangers. I have them going 87, 75. Think they could sneak into a wild card if this pitching rotation stays healthy. And Jacob deGrom, why not one more year of greatness?
Or injury. He likes to do that too.
Yeah, potato. Brent, I forgot to put the city name in. Does anybody know what it is?
I honestly don't. Where are they now?
It's just the Athletics.
Okay, I'll just leave the city out of it. The Athletics, they enter 2026 with one of the most, honestly, underrated lineups in baseball, but one major question on the mound as well. This offense can absolutely mash. Nick Kurtz is the centerpiece after a huge rookie year, but also has had a slow start to start 2026 with a 156 average and 0 homers. Around him, there's serious depth with Max Muncy, Brent Rooker, Shea Langeliers, Tyler Soderstrom, and Jacob Wilson. But pitching is the concern. Luis Severino and Jeffrey Springs need to stabilize a rotation that struggled last year, and the bullpen and young arms are still very, very unproven. They'll score plenty. The question is whether they can prevent enough. The win total is 76.5, and I'm taking them under that. I'm going to go 70. This team can hit with anyone, but their season comes down to whether the pitching holds up. I don't know if it will at this point.
Brent, so right now, obviously, they're going to move to Las Vegas in 2028. We all know that they left Oakland. It was a whole thing. So they're just known as the Athletics. Their stadium's going to be a $1.5 billion 33,000 seating arrangement on the Las Vegas Strip.
I would expect nothing less from Vegas.
Good grief.
Still need to go, by the way. It's on my bucket list.
Well, you can go see the $1.5 billion stadium in 2028. There you go.
And I got to go to the Sphere while I'm there, too.
The Sphere.
But hey, we're getting a Sphere now, apparently.
National Harbor.
I'm going to check it out.
The world is just ever rotating. Braden, round us out here with the Mike Trout faithful.
Yeah, the Angels. So far, they're 6-7 this year. They lost to the Braves 8-2 earlier today. Players to watch. You already mentioned it. Loyal to a fault, Mike Trout. All-time great career potentially being wasted in Los Angeles. Still doing his thing. He's batting .211 right now. 8 hits, 11 bases on balls, 3 RBIs, and 2 home runs so far. But other guys to watch for them, Joe Adell. He's batting .283 with 5 RBIs and 1 homer on the season. And Jorge Soler is batting .220 with 6 bases on balls, 9 hits, 10 RBIs, and 2 homers. New additions for them are relief pitcher Drew Pomeranz and Brent Sutter, and starting pitcher Grayson Rodriguez. He was traded from the Orioles, and he has not played an MLB game since mid-2024 due to injury issues, but he's expected to make his first start here shortly. Other starters for them are Jose Soriano, Yusei Kikuchi, Reed Detmers, and Jack Kachanowicz. And then some other pitchers, some relievers. Kirby Yates is currently injured, Ryan Zafirin, and Chase Silseth. Their win total is set at 70.5. Another disappointing season for the Angels incoming. 67-85 is what I'm going with.
They had Shohei at one point.
Yeah, Mike Trout and Shohei on the same team, and you still can't do anything.
I'm curious if you know, Braden, what is Mike Trout's record in playoff games in his career?
I have no idea. I don't know if they've won a series since he's been there. Give it to me.
So Mike Trout has made the postseason he's been playing for the Angels since 2011. Mm-hmm. When he was 19 years old, he's now 34. He's hit 406 home runs, 1,021 RBIs, and he's played in 1,659 regular season games. He has played in 3 postseason games in his career. All 3 occurred in 2014 in the AL Division Series, where they got swept by the Kansas City Royals. He has never won a playoff game.
Oh, no. What a waste. What a waste.
Debatably one of the greatest hitters and players of all time. His career has been wasted.
Tragic.
Dude, go somewhere next year. Go somewhere.
Barry Sanders. This guy.
Go somewhere. And that's how we're going to wrap up this evening. Go somewhere is what you need to be telling yourself. That's the motto here today. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us here as always. Next week, we're going to do a little NL preview of all 15 teams, just like tonight. Maybe recap the Masters a little bit. Did I hear a rumor the NHL playoffs are coming? I know the NBA playoffs are too, but I frankly don't care. When 20 of your 30 teams make the playoffs, I don't care. The playing game is stupid. I don't watch pro basketball. I'll watch LeBron one more time. You know, I'll take that back. I'll watch him play this postseason. But we'll be back with that. And then the week after, do we have a treat for you coming here on April 22nd? The 3 of us will be back in the studio, and confirmed Brett Farrar coming back to the show for the NFL mock draft.
Let's go.
Hey, Cardinals the 4th pick? Or no, it's the 3rd pick.
I'm trading for Shedeur Sanders. We will be back like never before. We'll have a special background, special clock in the middle. Phones will be ringing, draft picks will be singing, and who knows? If you show up and hear the secret code that comes throughout the night, you may be eligible for a $50 gift card. Congrats on staying for the rest of the podcast. That's what you get to learn. The inside scoop here on the S.O.S. Thanks for hanging out with us. We will see you next time. Go enjoy some baseball that matters more than life itself. Go Pirates. We'll see you next week.